Generic greetings and welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles once again. In the previous episode we started Dragon's Breach, as you can see that's the name of our hamlet I guess it would be, and we got our keep down, put some roads in and then got all the basic stuff. So we got roads and we got housing, actually a couple of bits of housing, granary, a little sort of storage area, place to make charcoal, and finally, most importantly probably, the food area, because if we don't have that then we'll die of starvation, which is generally not good. Either way, what we're going to be doing is progressing on, and we'll go for probably more housing over the next couple of cycles and get more people, get more food, and then we might start thinking about maybe upping our production of stone to maybe get a wall going around the place. I think that's probably the way we'll go. We'll get a wall that goes all the way around this area. Maybe, well, we probably won't complete it this episode, but that's the overall goal. We haven't yet had any bad guys turn up, which is good, but we'll see how it goes. So anyway, we'll speed up to max speed and progress on. We've currently got 16 people in our nice little kingdom, and oh look, it's all cold. You can see people are running back and forward, taking the grain there and going back. Looks like 4 people visited, but only 2 found satisfactory housing. Okay, I don't know why that is. I mean, if we click on the housing, you can see that they have no charcoal. No charcoal, too far away or non-available. Well, that charcoal is on 2 of 2 workers, so it is producing charcoal, but we do only have 1 charcoal down the bottom, so we're probably not producing enough charcoal, but you know, it's going on. Actually, as you can see now, it's now we've got 1 person idle. Okay, that's interesting. So it looks like we've got more people than we can realistically employ. Oh, that's bad. Is that a dragon? That is a dragon. Okay, there is the first dragon of the game. Yes, that is in fact a dragon. Which is okay. I'm guessing that's probably the warning dragon. You do get a dragon that just turns up and then will have a little fly around and then go away. I'm hoping that's the one. But yeah, there's our dragon, look at that. Come on, can you not terrorize everybody? I wonder if they're all scared. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, dragons! They're shouting. What about you? Wants to be a dragon. Okay, fine. He's a dragon. Is this guy just sees a dragon? Dragons! Yeah, they're all shouting about dragons, unsurprisingly. But it's flying off. This is good. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, so the dragons turned up. I'm guessing what will happen now. Does that always turn up on year 20 or 21 or something like that? I don't really know. Anyway, so what will happen now is our advisor will probably give us some useless piece of information like, oh, there was a dragon yesterday. Do you want to fix that? I don't know why, but this advisor seems to be fairly useless. Oh, good day, sire. That's all the military advisor's got to tell me. So, dragon flies over. Yeah, dragons. Good day, sire. Not, oh, you might want to deal with that dragon. No, city, good day, and your good day. Right, they're all useless so far. Anyway, so we are going to build our windmill here, and what the windmill does, if we go back to food, we can check it. It says, improves productivity of farms in radius, does not affect orchards. Obviously, we do have space for orchards around here. That's what we'll be placing at some point, but I want to get the farms up and running, especially with the windmill as well. We'll also need to go for probably more homes, but for now, let's just expand like that. This is where we're going to have a big row of homes all the way along the area. In fact, we'll go for a nice little cottage now. Spin it round and perhaps cottage there, yeah. And we can actually put one that way as well if we really wanted to. Do we want to do that? Do we want to have another cottage? You know what? Let's expand. We might as well. We have enough, I think we have enough room for expansion. Let's place some more farms like so, and with all of these and that should be a nice big boost to the kingdom. In fact, that would probably double what we have now. On year 23, obviously, people have visited the area and went, yeah, it's quite nice, but they're not really staying because of the lack of housing. Let's go for another charcoal maker like so. Actually, no, we can't demolish that because we're going to have our orchards here. What I might do then is put another charcoal maker. I'll put a charcoal maker here, perhaps. Yes. I think that's probably the way to do it. Put a charcoal maker here. Like that. And then next to it, I always put wells around. Also, you can see that the well, if I put it there, will protect all of this as well. I think I made that joke last episode. Joke. We'll say joke. Either way, there's a nice windmill. Look at that. We now have a lovely windmill. I mean, it's absolutely hoying it down, but there you go. Look at that. That's very nice. It's very basic. I don't think I really mentioned it in the last episode, and obviously a lot of people commented on it saying, oh, so it's banished with Minecraft stuff. Well, it looks that way, yes. It's very, very basic shapes and colours. You know, you've got some similarities there, I guess, in terms of its looks. So what's this? So, say if we build a town square, we could throw festivals. Yes, you're right. We haven't got a town square. We also haven't got a, where is it? A throne room. The throne room allows you to tax people, which is useful. Well, it's actually very important later on, because if you don't have a throne room, you can't get money. You got some gold here. It means you can't tax people, and if you can't tax people, you then can't hire soldiers, because soldiers cost money, as they also have an upkeep as well. But anyway. A lot of people have been asking, like, what sort of end game has this game got? Well, as far as I can tell, and my latest save, I believe is on about year 180 odd. So I've only played up to that point, and I have a 4-tier high wall all the way around my keep. I think it's near 90 odd people, and the long game seems to simply be, it seems to simply be the same. Like, there doesn't seem to be like a massive giant turn up or anything like that to destroy you. It's just like Banished or any other game. There's no real end game. It's just you play up until a certain point, until you get bored, really, or you actually fail. You do get different events as you progress on, so you will get plagues, which is never a good thing, and your citizens will require... they'll have different needs, so they'll want, for example, more churches, they'll want like taverns and stuff like that, so it's important to manage that. So the difficulty does increase as you go along. Just waiting for this house to be built, and that'll be all good. And we'll get more people, obviously. You can see we've got a decent amount of food now, but I'm waiting for these to be built as well. The reason why these are not building very good, though, is you can see is none of these have got builders, and that's because there's essentially only one person was idle. The rest are working, so I could turn like one of these buildings off to get them in here, but you know what? I don't really mind too much. I'll just wait for them to finish this off. It's almost finished. Look, it's just one little cap on the top there, and then there we go. We now have housing. Beds are now 34. And oh, that's not good. That's fire. A fire has started. Make sure you've got wells. Yes. It would be nice if we had that beforehand. We do actually have wells. You can see there's. Oh, that's burning quite a bit, actually, isn't it? Yes. We've got a well there, so it doesn't really matter. We've got a well there, we've got a well there, and we've got a well there. I tend to overdo it on the wells, but I find that you can't really... I find overdoing the safety aspect when it comes to putting out fires and stuff. I think that's fine. I don't really have a problem with that, to be quite honest. Also, people have been asking, like, what sort of criticisms do I have with the game? Well, there's a couple. Obviously, it is in beta, so we have to, you know, assume that things can change and whatnot. But the later game, or even up to now, there's always a problem when it comes to resources. So you can have a couple of different events that may wipe out a lot of food. And because of the way people work, you have to frantically go around and change all of your buildings to focus on getting them to work in the fields, otherwise they'll all starve. And obviously when they starve, then, well, when they're hungry, they won't work as well, and then food seems to go down. So you've got that very hard to arrest level, where it's going downhill, and it's very hard to arrest once it's going that way. So you have to go more prevention rather than crisis control. And because of the way the game puts workers around, or in fact doesn't put workers in certain places, it's a little bit iffy, because there's no priority tree for you to set, which I don't want. I don't want a priority tree, but you'd think if there was a crisis in X, it would put all of the workers over there rather than work on something else. Also, extra resources, you can't trade them. There's no like buying and selling and trading with other kingdoms. There's nothing like that in the game. Also, you've got no... The main thing is, when you get raided by the raiders that come from the sea, your peasants will happily wander outside. There's no like emergency button where everybody goes inside the city and you shut all of the doors. It's just a bit dodgy. They'll happily wander off and then like be like cutting trees and then get picked up and go, oh, I've been picked up by a raider. Yes, I know, but I couldn't tell them to go inside. It would be nice to have an emergency get inside and close the gates button. But anyway, so our advisors, Sire, it took too long to store our harvest. Some of it was ruined by the winter. You will get that, which is a shame. I don't know what I can do to really prevent it, though. Sire, the peasants are very happy. This means we can tax them to grow our coffers. Excellent. Yes, I don't really know what we can do about this whole... oh, that's very pretty. Yeah, you do get some nice vistas. I don't know what I can do about the food being lost, because obviously I've got my granary is pretty much as close to the fields as I can get. I'm guessing it's just a lack of workers, although we do have no idle workers, or we have 46 beds available, but we don't have any idle workers. Anyway, so I'm going to go for castle and then throne room, and I'm going to put a throne room probably at the back like so. And what I'll do is, as you can see, is increase the size of the castle. It grows bigger and stronger and all of that as you put more stuff down. But what this allows me to do, as I've said, is... it's raining again. I'm just going to chop that down because the wall's going to go across here. What I'm going to do is put that down, and then that allows us to tax our settlers, our villagers, whatever, and then we'll be able to get more money, and then spend it on good things like troops to defend the wall. Let's go for orchards, and we could put 2 orchards in here like so, and that'll be more than enough food, I believe, for what we want. And I think we do need to think about maybe a town square, and I'm going to go for probably a, where is it? Town square, and I think I'm going to put it in... Do I want to put it here, or do I want to put it back here? I don't want to put it here because this is where I'm going to have my extra castle bit. You can put a... Where is it? It is... Ooh, that's the wrong one. We can put a chamber of war in here, or maybe even a great hall. I'm not sure. We could always get rid of that. Do I need to get rid of that? And then I can put it... No, I think we'll put it down here. So, town square. And we'll place it... The arrow matters, because that's where the... That's the facing of the banner. And we're sort of looking this way. Same with these banners, so we'll put it like that. Alright, so 35 people. Happiness is 75. Very, very good. In terms of charcoal, yes, we have more than enough. You can see we've got 19 in storage. No money yet. Food is okay. There's our... I was going to call it a treasury, but I guess that's what it is. It's known as a throne room, but, we'll call it treasury. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing, but it does. It does the same thing as a treasury. It has money storage and all of that. We'll go for throne room, and we'll increase our tax rate to 1 gold. So what will happen is I'm guessing 1 gold per year, is it? Yeah, 1 gold per year, I'm guessing. So our estimated total per year is 10. I'm guessing that's because only the peasants in here will pay. Actually, that can't be right, because if that was right, then you would have 24, 28, 29 peasants paying, and that is not the case at the moment because of our revenue there, because it says 10 tax revenue and 0 pay to soldiers. Anyway, we've got an advisor. So, Sire, I bet the peasants would enjoy a tavern. I'd enjoy that too, he says. I know you would, pisshead. So we might go for that. We'll see how it goes. Right. So there's our almost built town square. And that allows us to throw like a festival type thing. There we go, look. Ooh, and what's this guy shouting about? Peasants worry about food for the winter. Well, they should do, actually. Because according to that, we've got very little. Although there's loads in the field, it just hasn't been stored, or so maybe that's not a problem. Look at that. A lot of the peasants are actually taking it direct to their homes. So that's okay. It's going to take them a while to pick all this stuff up, though. We do have 1 peasant idle, so if it does say we've lost some food to the winter, that means it's pretty much a... pretty much a built-in game problem, because there's nothing much I can do to move that food faster to there. Granary right next to it. Well, it could be there, right? But no. Either way, We didn't lose any. That's fine. That's fine. So, got our orchards at the back, as you can see. They're very pretty. We've got our town square, which you can throw a festival for 25 gold. Obviously, you don't have nowhere near enough. And 6 people visited, but only 5 found satisfactory housing. So let's pause it, and we'll take stock of what we need to do. So, we have a total of 5 people idle. And we can have 2 more people here. So what do we need? So in terms of castle, we've got castle walls, we've got gates, things like that. Chamber of War unlocks the ballista. We don't want that just yet. For towns, we've got a manor, we've got cottage, we've got wells, hovels. We've built most of these. There's a tavern, there's a hospital, and a pier. A pier simply allows you to build on the water. So it's like a foundation, essentially. And we'll probably place that because we'll have it go, the wall go along like that and around, and then we can cover all these resources. But that's a future us problem. In terms of food, we haven't got a baker, so it takes wheat and charcoal and turns it into bread. It would be nice to have that, although where could we put it is the question. I don't really know. I would like to put it along here, but in reality that's a nice place to grow things. Maybe if we put a road along here and then across. Because that's all in fertile land anyway, so we're not going to be growing anything. But you want it close to this. Ideally, you want it here. But I'll have to demolish both of these, which isn't a problem. We'll demolish both of those. You do get resources back, as you can see. We'll go for a baker. I don't even know what it does, apart from... I know it makes bread. I understand the function of a baker. I'm not that stupid, but what bonus does it give in-game? Takes wheat and charcoal and turns it into bread. Stores the bread until eaten. Well, the wheat is stored until eaten. So, does it give you a bonus to happiness? I just don't know. I simply don't know. Anyway, so... we've got some nice housing here. We've got some orchards at the back, which you can see are now getting populated with apples. I'm guessing it's an apple orchard. I'm guessing so. What's our bakers up and running? We need to think about, well, we've got industry, we've got iron mine, we've got stockpile, we've got all that. Forester is up. Blacksmith we haven't got. That turns charcoal and iron and turns it into tools, and tools give you a flat bonus on mining resources. What's this? An advisor says our food stores are running low. Yes, they are running low, and I don't know why, because we've got more than enough, I would assume. Perhaps that's the problem, I am assuming. Let's go for... a farm, perhaps 3 more farm areas like that. I mean, that's a fairly decent farming area. I mean, in terms of real life castles and things like that, I mean, it depends on what castle, what region, what nation, empire, whatever had built them. But the many different styles and designs. I'm guessing that I think you would have your keep, and then you would have your outer wall. You wouldn't necessarily have the farm, like, stuff inside. That would be outside. You know, you would have all of your important buildings inside, your production stuff. So, if you had a baker, if you had blacksmiths, they would all be inside the walls. And the farm stuff, the very, very high, the very low density stuff. So, just, oh god, that's Vikings. Right, I didn't expect Vikings at this point. I must confess, and apparently the rumours of Viking ships invading. It didn't give me much warning, did you? So yeah, we got Vikings, and there's nothing I can do about it because I haven't got any walls. Oh dear, oh dear. So, what Vikings do is turn up and kick the crap out of everything. I'm going to build simply 1 castle wall here, and put a archer tower on the top, and that's not going to be enough. Yeah, what's going to happen is they're going to come along and they're going to take a lot of my peasants and even set fire to things, because you can see, well, they've got torches. Oh god. This is bad. This might be a failure state, I'll be honest. Yep, they're setting fire to everything. They're going to take... They're putting stuff out. Yep, their house is just burnt down. Demolish that. Demolish that. Yep, they've basically set fire to things, and look, they've taken people. Because they've pillaged. And they're going to run off. And that's it. I might as well cancel that then. Yes. Oh well. That was suboptimal. That's a neat weird one. Look at that. when you click on anything that gives you a... Ah. See, that gives you like a little outline to show you where it affects when you run the festival. It gets rid of the snow for some reason. Yeah, a lot of people are homeless, as you can see, because this home burnt down. Right, that's changed our priorities somewhat. Some peasants are starving and they're miserable. The peasants are starving without food they could die. We've got 183 food. I don't think there's going to be much of a problem there. Either way, we're going to rebuild this house, and our priorities, as I said, have now changed massively. We now need to get some defences. So there's two ways we could go about this. We could either go for perhaps a... we could go for... Oh, look at that. We only have 21 people left. Because they've got no housing. They essentially wander off. It doesn't say... Do they die? No. I don't think they die. They just wander off. Right, but the housing is back up and running. Happiness is 45. I would love to throw... Oh, we can. We can actually throw a festival. Let's throw a festival. There you go. And what happens is you get all of these little buildings around and things like that. And it gives you plus 15 happiness, which is, I think, what we need at the moment. So anyway, in terms of defences, there is two things we can go. There are two ways we can go. We can either go for a couple of towers sporadically placed with some archers, or we can go for a wall. I'm feeling a wall. I think a wall is the way to go. And the way to do that is to essentially get more mines and go that way. How much stone have we got? 93 stone. Each castle block takes 5 wood and 15 stone. So we've got nowhere near enough stone. So let's have a quarry there and a quarry... we can't really have one there because I want the wall to go along. Although, I could either have... I think originally the wall was going to go along here. But because of the shape of this, we could probably place some piers. Oh god, 50 stone. We'd have to have... That's 100 stone just to put it along here and go around. We'll see how it goes. We might put the edges of the walls where they'll go. And then have that as defense. That might be the best way to go, and then connect the walls up when we can. Probably the way to go. Either way, happiness is going back up. It's trending towards 68. Sorry, on 68, so it's hit there. Yeah, 34. 28 people. Let's max speed it just to get some more people here. Obviously, we've got a lot of people working in the fields, which we no longer need, so I'm going to close all these down. Well, not all of them down, but I'm going to say we don't want those open. We want more people working, either from the building or whatever. Because we've got more than enough food. The whole thing with starvation, and when people die for starvation, it's sort of a problem that fixes itself. It sounds really horrible, but it sort of is. That, like, when they die, they don't then need feeding. In fact, you could say they've got more food. No, we're not going down the cannibalism route. We're not doing that. So, we have 37 people now, 46 beds. Happiness is good. We now need... What are they saying? It took too long to store a harvest. Some of it was ruined. Yes, I'm aware. We didn't have enough people. But we now need to sort this wall out. We've got now people working here. As you can see, produce a stone. This is our another quarry there. Storing more food. We're on 250. So we're actually maxed out now. We're maxed out on food. So we can probably start... I don't want to shut the orchards down because the orchards are very, very good. Look at the output there, 29 per year. What are these producing? These are producing 12 per year because we're getting +2 for Windmill, +2 for the master workers, +2 for the soil fertility, and the base output is 6. So the Windmill gives you a massive bonus. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 food just because of that Windmill. And it only takes one person to work there. That's very good indeed. Obviously, we've got a baker as well, which you can see. 18 loaves of bread ready to eat, or 17 loaves of bread ready to eat. That's pretty good. Charcoal stores are middling, 40 people here, so we are getting more people working. Either way, we are going to leave it there. Not a terrible episode. Obviously, we did have some problems with the Viking raid. I don't know if are the Vikings or they're just raiders. I don't know. Don't know what they're called. I'll check later on. Either way, next episode... Walls pronto, I believe. I think is the way forward. Because if we don't have them, then well, you know, we're gonna probably have the same problem. We're gonna have a lot of people disappear, and I say disappear like the you know, they got taken. Never a good thing. Anyway, next episode, progressing on, and lots of walls. And apparently one of our peasants is drown, which is never... Oh, that's very... Why? We should really do swimming classes as well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.